Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the House of European Football for the 2025-26 UEFA Conference League round of 16 draw. After a 2-month pause, we returned to action last week for the make-or-break playoff round. The 16 teams battled to stay alive in this competition. By the time the final whistle of the second legs blew last night, we had experienced a whirlwind of action as two-time UEFA Conference League finalists Fiorentina somehow managed to keep their dreams alive, surviving a huge scare at home against Jagiellonia as they edged through after extra time. 2023 semi-finalists AZ Alkmaar completed a turnaround against FC Noah to seal their progress, while Crystal Palace and Samsunspor, two clubs whose previous European experience was limited to the Intertoto Cup, if you remember that back in the 1990s, continued their adventures following home victories. Fellow UEFA Conference League debutants Sigma Olomouc are also through following their away win in Lausanne, just a few kilometers here from UEFA headquarters. Awaiting last night's playoff winners in today's draw are the top 8 teams from the league phase, of course. So let's see who are all the 16 clubs aiming to reach the final on the 27th of May in Leipzig. That's the amazing lineup for this competition. Some great action there, some incredible stories as well waiting to be written, I'm sure. Before we kick off with today's draw, of course, we have to invite on stage the man who will be conducting proceedings, and that is UEFA Deputy General Secretary Giorgio Marchetti. Welcome, Giorgio.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So the knockout playoff round of the UEFA Conference League once again embodied the spirit of this young competition as a celebration of football's reach and diversity. That's what we have seen since its beginning. Just ask the 29 clubs who had never played a European campaign before, or the 4 national associations that were represented in the group stage or league phase of a UEFA competition for the first time ever. This season has been no different, with 7 league phase debutants progressing into the knockout rounds and 4 of them continuing the journey at today's draw. There was certainly no shortage of excitement and emotion across the knockout phase playoff ties, and we are now left with 16 teams from 14 different national associations waiting to plot their path all the way to the final. The finish line is in sight, but rest assured that there will be plenty of surprises along the way and another new name engraved on this beautiful trophy at the end of the season. Good luck to all the teams in today's draw, and to help us with the proceedings, we welcome now a former goalkeeper who was lucky and good enough to taste success in this competition.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Rui Patricio.
Thank you.
Welcome, Rui. Boa tarde.
Thank you.
Bem-vindo.
Well done, Giorgio. It's fantastic to have you here. Of course, we were seeing some highlights from your fantastic career, and they included lifting that trophy, of course, with Roma. Tell us how important that was for you and for the club.
Oh, very important. It was my first trophy, European trophy, the clubs, and of course, for me, it's very important. It was an amazing experience, and of course, win this trophy with a big club, with Rome. It's amazing.
I wanted to ask you about the Conference League because it is, of course, the youngest of the UEFA club competitions on the men's side. How have you seen it develop and evolve?
It's amazing see growing this league, growing every year, more quality, more intensity. It's amazing, and it's amazing win this Conference League.
Yeah, for sure. I can tell you're still pretty happy about that. We're nearly ready to begin with the draw. Before we do, though, let me remind you that the schedule for the round of 16 matches will be available tonight. The quarter and semi-finals match calendar will be communicated in principle following the completion of the round of 16, of course, on the 20th of March. Now, to help everyone understand how today's draw will work out, we have a short video with the technical procedure.
The fixtures for the round of 16 and onwards are determined using a seeded bracket system that already started at the knockout phase playoff round. In the round of 16 draw, the teams finishing the league phase in positions 1 to 8 who qualified directly to this round will be drawn into the bracket against the winners of the knockout phase playoff matches. The draw will be conducted in accordance with the following principles. The teams directly qualified to the round of 16 are seeded and are paired according to their league phase rankings. So the teams in positions 1 and 2 are paired, teams in positions 3 and 4, and so on. The teams from each pairing are then drawn into one of the 2 pre-assigned positions in the bracket. One on the silver side, one on the green side, against the relevant winner of the corresponding knockout phase playoff match. In principle, the seeded clubs play the return leg matches at home. To determine the matches, 4 bowls are prepared for the draw, with the balls containing the names of each pair of the seeded teams placed in the corresponding marked bowls. Starting with the pairing of teams from positions 7 and 8 of the league phase, 1 ball is drawn to reveal the team. This first team drawn is allocated to the reserved spot on the silver side of the bracket. The other ball is then drawn, and that team is allocated in the corresponding reserved spot on the green side. The same procedure is carried out with the remaining teams to complete the pairings for the round of 16. From the quarterfinals through to the final, the ties as well as the order of the matches is determined also by the bracket. Therefore, having been positioned in the bracket by the draw of the knockout phase playoff and round of 16, the teams qualifying from the round of 16 follow the path of the bracket until the final, and, as in the previous rounds for the quarterfinals and semi-finals, the teams indicated, i.e. those in the bottom row of each match pairing, will play the second leg of the relevant tie at home. The finalist on the silver side of the bracket is designated as the nominal home team for the final. After the draw, if it becomes apparent that any ties are affected by city or stadium clashes, these clashes will be resolved in accordance with the principles set by the Club Competitions Committee for city and stadium clashes. The round of 16 match schedule will be available tonight.
Well, you now have all the information you need to follow the draw, and as you can see, the bowls containing the seeded teams are all waiting for us to begin. The first team drawn from each pair, as you've understood, will join the silver side of the bracket, and the second team join the green side of the bracket. So finally, a quick reminder of the clubs which are going to be drawn in a moment. We start with the two top seeds, which is Racing Club de Strasbourg and Rakov Czestochowa. Then we have AEK Athens and Sparta Praha. We continue with Rayo Vallecano and Shakhtar Donetsk. And last but not least, we have Mainz 05 and AEK Larnaca. So everything is ready. And Rui, please now give us a big help. Shuffle. And we go with the first team drawn.
AEK Larnaca.
So first team drawn is AEK Larnaca, going to the silver side and going to meet Crystal Palace. They met already in the league phase with a stunning result in favor of AEK Larnaca. So now let's see what will happen in this round. And now let's also see which team will go to the other side. We think we know.
Mainz.
And that's, of course, Mainz. Mainz going to the green side. Mainz will play their Sigma Olomouc for the first time in their history, so that we don't have any precedent between these two teams. Now, let's go ahead. We are now drawing positions 5 and 6, Rayo Vallecano or Shakhtar Donetsk. First team going to the left, silver side.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Shakhtar Donetsk going to meet Lech Poznan here. So Shakhtar Donetsk were winners of the Europa League and the UEFA Cup in 2009, the last edition of the UEFA Cup. And now the other team in the pair is Rayo Vallecano, who will face the opposition of Samsunspor also for the first time in the history of the two clubs. Good, we have done two pairings. You have to come to this side because now the next pot to be drawn is this one, where we have positions 3 and 4, AEK Athens and Sparta Praha.
Sparta Praga.
Sparta Praga first team drawn, which means that the tie will be AZ Alkmaar versus Sparta Praha. So now let's see who will go green to find Celje.
AEK Athens.
And that's of course AEK Athens, who played Celje already in the league phase of this season. And there is a possibility to see again these two teams playing against each other. Only one pair is to be drawn. We are talking about the teams which were the best in the league phase. And this means Strasbourg and Rakov Czestochowa.
Rakov.
Rakov Czestochowa, first team drawn, gives Fiorentina another Polish challenge after the difficult one they had with Jagiellonia, where Fiorentina emerged only after the extra time. So Fiorentina Rakov. And the last one is
Strasbourg.
Rijeka versus Strasbourg. Never a match between these two teams before. That concludes today's draw. And now that the bracket, also this bracket is complete, the potential pathways is known to all the teams till the final. The team in the bottom row of every pairing will then play the second leg at home also in the following round. That's all for today, Pedro. I give you the floor back.
Yeah, thank you very much. Giorgio, well done to you and Rui. How about we take a look at the lineup for the round of 16? As Giorgio mentioned, we now have the full picture when it comes to what we can expect on the road to Leipzig. So it'll be Lech Poznan taking on Shakhtar, AZ Alkmaar facing Sparta Praha, Crystal Palace taking on AEK Larnaca, and Fiorentina facing Rakov. That's on one side of the bracket. The other one, we've got Samsunspor facing Rayo Vallecano, Celje playing AEK Athens, Sigma Olomouc against Mainz, and it's Rijeka facing Strasbourg. Before we sign off, let me just tell you about the dates you can expect for these round of 16 first leg matches to be played in just under 2 weeks on the 12th of March, with the return scheduled a week later on the 19th. That will do it here for us at the House of European Football. A hat-trick of draws today. Giorgio, the final ones for the club season on the men's side, of course. Thank you, Rui, for your great work with your hands. Of course, experienced hands here on stage. That'll do it from all of us here. See you soon. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, Pedro.
Grazie.